Act 4 of The Family of Love by Thomas Middleton, Thomas Dekker, and Lording Barry. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or how to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Act 4, Scene 1. A street before the meeting house of the Family of Love. Enter Lepsolve, Gudgeon, Shrimp, and Periwinkle.
Come, boys, our clothes, boys! And what is the most current news, Periwinkle?
Faith, sir, fortune has favoured us with no news but what the pedlar brought from Norfolk.
Is there nothing stirring at court, Shrimp?
Faith, there is, sir, but nothing new.
Good wag, Faith, thou smellest somewhat of a courtier, though thou mother was a citizen's wife. Off with that filthy great band. Nay, quick, on with your robe of sanctity. Nay, suddenly, man.
And why must we shift ourselves into this demure habit, if impossible to be of the family and keep our own fashion?
Tut, man, the name of a gallant is more hateful to them than the sight of a corner cap. Hadst thou heard the protestations the wife of a bellows mender made but yesternight against gallants, thou hadst for ever abjured crimson breeches. She swore that all gallants were persons inferior to bellows menders, for the trade of bellows making was very aerial and high. And what were men and women but bellows, for they take wind in at one place, and do evaporate at another. Evaporate was her very phrase.
Methinks her phrase flew with somewhat too strong a vapour.
Nay, she proves farther that all men receive their being chiefly from bellows, without which the fire burns not. Without fire the pot seethes not. The pot not seething, powdered beef is not to be eaten, of which she then averred our nation was a great devourer, and without which they could neither fight for their country abroad, nor get children at home. For, said she, powdered beef is a great joiner of nerves together.
What answer madest thou?
Marry, that I thought a board was a greater joiner of nerves together than powdered beef. With that she protested that a board was an instrument of the devil, and as she had proved that bellows menders were of God's trade, so boards were of the devil's trade. For, and thereupon she blew her nose, the devil and boards did both live by the sins of the people.
No more. Mistress Purge is at hand.
Vanish, boys. Away!
Exeunt Shrimp and Periwinkle.
Make haste. Before Jove, she'll be with us ere we can be provided for her.
They retire. Enter Mistress Purge, club carrying a link before her.
Advance your link, club. At what time wert thou bound, club? At Gottide, Hollandtide, or Candletide?
I was bound, indeed, about midsummer.
And when hath thy apprenticeship end? At Mickletide next.
So I take it.
They say, club, you fall very heavy on such you love not. You never learnt that of me.
Indeed, mistress, I must confess my fallen is rustic, gross, and butcher-like. Mary, yours is a pretty, foolish, light, court-like falling. Yet, believe me, my master smells somewhat too gross of the purgation. He wants tutoring.
And why, I pray?
My master being set last night in his shop, comes Master Dr. Glister, as his manner is, squirtin' in suddenly, and after some conference tells my master that, by his own knowledge, you were young with child. To which my master replied, Why, Master Doctor, will you put me to more charges yet?
Thou art a fool, and that my husband spake as wisely as if the master of his company had spoke. He knows doctors have receipts for women, which makes them most apt to conceive, and he promising he administered the same lately to me. Thereupon spake it. Lead on with your link.
Art ready?
Ready.
Then speak pitifully, look scurvily, and dissemble cunningly, and we shall quickly prove two of the fraternity.
Advancing with Gudgeon.
Benediction and sanctity, love and charity fall on Mistress Purge, sister of the family.
And what, I pray, be you two?
Two newly converted from the rags of Christianity to become good members in the house of the family.
Who, I pray, converted you?
Master Dryfat, the merchant.
And from what sins hath he converted you?
From two very notorious crimes. The first was from eating fish on Fridays, and the second from speaking reverently of the clergy. But he resolved as your talent in edifying young men went far beyond his.
Enter Purge behind.
A talent I have therein, I must confess, nor am I very nice at fit times to show it. For your better instructions, therefore, you must never hereafter frequent taverns, nor tap houses, no masques nor mummeries, no pastimes nor playhouses.
Must we have no recreation?
Yes, on the days which profane lips call holy days, you may take your spaniel and spend some hours at the docking pond.
What are we bound unto during the time we remain in the family?
During the light of the candle, you are to be very attentive.
Whispers.
Which, being extinguished, how to behave yourselves I will deliver in private.
Purge aside.
'Tis now come to a whisper. What young families be these? I' faith, I'll make one. I'll trip you, wife. I sent your footing, wife. For Galen writes, Paracelsus can tell, apothecaries have brains, and noses eke to smell.
We shall with much diligence observe it.
Purge aside.
I fear I shall have small cause to thank that diligence. But do your worst. He that hath read 5 herbals in 1 year can find a trick which shall prevent this gear. They are going. Follow, Purge, close, close, and softly, like a horsekeeper in a lady's matted chamber at midnight.
Mistress Purge knocks at the door of the meeting-house.
Who knocks?
Brethren, and a sister in the family.
Enter in peace.
Mistress Purge, Lipsalve, Gudgeon, and Club enter the house.
Brethren and a sister? That's the word. How beastly I was mistaken last day. I should have said a brother in the family, and I said a familiar brother, for which I and my family were thrust out of doors. But as Titus Silas of Auburn Bridge most learnedly was wont to say, QD.
Knocks.
Who's there?
A brother in the family.
Enter, and welcome.
Purge enters the house. Scene 2, a street. Enter Gerardine, disguised as a porter.
Thou sacred deity, love, thou power predominate, more to be admired than able to be expressed, whose orb includes all terrene joys which are, all states which be paid to thy sacred throne, as tribute fee their thoughts and lives. Like Jove's, so must thy acts endure no question. Why, thy hidden facts the gods themselves obey. Heaven's senate holds no gods but what thy awful power controls. The Delphian archer proud with Python's spoil, at Cupid's hand was forced to take the foil. Nor Mars his star-like adamantine targe could free his warlike breast at Cupid's charge. And Jove, whose frown all mortal lives bereaves, his marble throne and ivory sceptre leaves, and in the likeness of a bull was seen, as forced by him to bear the Tyrian queen through Neptune's watery kingdom. If these submit, my metamorphose is not held unfit. And see, in most wished occasion, Dryfat the merchant presents himself.
Enter Dryfat.
Sir, in the best of hours met, my thoughts had marked ye out for a man most apt to do them the fairest of offices.
What? Art thou a Welsh carrier or a northern landlord, thou'rt so saucy?
Is possible, sir, my disguise should so much fool your knowledge? How? A northern landlord? Can you think I get my living by a bell and a clack dish?
By a bell and a clack dish? How's that?
Why, by begging, sir. Know you me now?
Master Geraldine! Disguised and ashore! Nay, then I smell a rat.
Master Dryfat, shall I repose some trust in you? Will you lay by a while your city's precise humour? Will you not deceive me?
If I deceive your trust, the general plague seize me. That is, may I die a cuckold.
And I say thou shalt die a true citizen, if thou conceal it. And thus in brief, it stands with thy knowledge how seriously I have, and do still affect Maria. Now, sir, I have so wrought it, that if thou couldst procure me a fellow that could serve instead of a crier, I myself would play Placket the parroter, and summon Dr. Glister and Maria to appear at thy house. And as I play the parroter, so wouldst thou but assume the shape of a proctor, I should have the wench, thou the credit, and the whole city occasion of discourse this 9 days.
How's this? How's this? I should procure a fellow to play the crier, and I myself should play the proctor. But upon what occasion should they be summoned?
Upon accusation that Dr. Glister should get Maria his niece with child, and have bastards in the country, which I have a trick to make probable.
And now I recall it to memory. I heard somewhat to that effect last night in Master Beardbush the barber's shop. But how will this sort? Who shall accuse him?
Refer that to me, I say. Be that my care. All shall end in merriment, and no disgrace touch either of their reputations.
Then take both word and hand. 'Tis done. Club, Mistress Spurge's prentice, shall be the crier.
O my most precious Dryfat, may none of thy daughters prove vessels with foul bungholes, or none of thy sons hogsheads, but all true and honourable Dryfats like thyself.
Well, Master Geraldine, I hope to see you a familist before I die.
That's most likely, for I hold most of their principles already. I never rail nor calumniate any man but in love and charity. I never cozen any man for any ill will I bear him, but in love and charity to myself. I never make my neighbour a cuckold for any hate or malice I bear him, but in love and charity to his wife.
And may those principles fructify in your weak members. I'll be gone, and with the most quick dexterity provide you a crier. Tomorrow at my house, said you, they should appear?
Be that the time, most honoured Dryfat. But be this known to none, most loved sir, save Club, or to some other whom your judgment shall select as a fit person for our project.
Thus enough. Time out of sight.
Exit.
Maria, thou art mine, earth's perfection and nature's glory. Woman, of what an excellency, if her thoughts and acts were squared and levelled with the first solicitude of her creation, to enjoy a creature whose dishevelled locks, like gems against the repercussive sun, gives light and splendour, whose star-like eyes attract more gazers' love to see their remove than the Titanian god, when Aegean's hill mounts in triumph, a skin more pure and soft than is the silkworm's bed, teeth more white than new-fallen snow, or shining ivory, is happiness sought by the gods themselves. Celestial Venus, born without a mother, be thou propitious. Thee do I implore, not vulgar Venus, heaven's scorn and Mars' whore.
Exit. Scene 3. A room in Glister's house. Enter Mistress Glister and Maria.
Good aunt, quiet yourself. Ground not upon dreams, you know they are ever contrary.
Minion, coin no excuses. I grant dreams are deceitful, but a true judgment grounded upon knowledge never fails. What! Have not I observed the rising and falling of the blood, the coming and going of the countenance, your qualms, your unlacings, your longings? Most evident tokens. Besides a more certain sign than all these, too. You know it, I need not speak it. Nay, I am as skilful in that point as my husband. I can tell you, Aristotle speaks English enough to tell me these secrets. Body of me, so narrowly looked to, and yet fly out. Well, I see maids will have it in spite of laws or locks that restrain them. They will open, do men what they can.
I see my fault appears. Simplicity hath no evasion. 'Tis bootless to deny where guilty blood, sighted by touch of shame, runs through my veins, and leaves my conscience stain, even in my face. Forbear, I do beseech you, to publish my defame. What I have done you shall not answer. I must bear my own.
Bear your own? I marry, there it goes. What must you bear?
My sins, forsooth.
Your sins, forsooth. Confess to me, and go not about the bush. You have been doing, that's flat. You have caught a clap, that's round. And answer me roundly to the point, or else I'll square. Come, whose act is it? I cannot devise unless it be my husband's, for none else had access to thee. Oh, I am sure time has turned his bald side to thee, and I do but wonder how thou tookest opportunity. Speak, tell me.
Now, good aunt, press me not. Let time reveal what you suspect. For never shall my tongue confess an act that tends unto my wrong.
Enter Gerardine, disguised as a porter.
Will you not bolt? I must have it out on you, and will.
By your leave, mistress.
Passion of my heart, what art thou?
No ghost, forsooth, though I appear in white.
No, but a saucy knave I perceive by your manners.
None of that livery neither. I am of the bearing trade, forsooth. You may see by my frock, I would say. I am, if it please you, of the spick and span you set up company of porters. Here's my breastplate, and besides our own arms, we have the arms of the city to help us in our burdens. Ecce signum. Here's the cross and the sword of justice and good pewter, I can tell you, which grows as current with us as better metal.
What's your name, sir?
Nicholas Nebulo. There's but a straw's breadth between that and the arms. 'Tis in the backside of the cross here, and well known in the city for an ancient name and an honest, ain't like your worship.
You are none of the 12, are you?
No, forsooth, but one of the 24.
Orders of knaves. I thought so. Sirrah, you're a rascal to come thus bluntly into my house with your dirty start-ups. Get you without doors, like a filthy fellow as you are. A place more fit for you.
Oh, good words, mistress. I may be warden of my company for aught you know, and for my bluntness we have a clause in our charter to warrant that. For as we bear, so likewise we may be borne with, and have free egress and regress where our business lies.
And what's your business here?
I have a letter, and please you, to Master Doctor.
Mistress Glister, taking the letter.
From whence?
That I cannot show your worship, but I had it of Curto the carrier, whose lawful deputy I am.
Leave your scraping, sirrah. Fie, how rank the knave smells of grease and taps droppings.
Gerardine coughs and spits.
What? Are you rheumatic too, with a vengeance?
Yes, indeed, mistress. Though I be but a poor man, I have a spice of the gentleman in me. Master Doctor could smell it quickly, because he's a gentleman himself. I'm used to the diet, and that is tobacco at the alehouse. I use no other physic for it.
Did ever such a peasant defile my floor, or breathe so near me? I'faith, sirrah, you would be bummed for your roguery, if you were well served.
I am bummed well enough already, mistress. Look here, else. Sir Reverence and your worship, Master Doctor's lips are not made of better stuff.
What an impudent rogue is this! Sirrah, be gone, I say. I would be rid of you.
Be rid of me? I shall gallop, then. You mistake me, forsooth. I am a foot-post. I do not use to ride.
I think the rascal be humorous or drunk. Well, I will read the letter and send him packing, or else he will spew or do worse before me. Fie on him, I think he will infect me with some filthy disease.
Reads the letter. Gerardine, aside.
Or else I lose my name.
Mistress Glister.
What's here?
Reads.
Your poor nurse, Thomasine. Tweedles? For my life! Now shall I find out my husband's knavery I have so long suspected.
Gerardine, aside.
She begins to nibble. 'Twill take, i' faith. Mistress, I see some discontentment in your looks. Care ill befits so delicate a spirit. Be frolic, wench, for he that is so near thee has been much nearer.
That accent sounds sweet music, 'tis my love. That tongue breathes life into my lifeless spirits. Geraldine? O rapture! Why thus disguised?
No more, be mute. Thus must our very forms to bring our cares to end. Her jealousy ensues this drift, which, if it take true scope, love's joy comes next. Be fearless in that hope.
'Tis so. Ratsbane! I have it. It racks on. It torments me. Here 'tis.
Reads.
Woe worth the time that ever I gave suck to a child that came in at the window, God knows how. Villainous lecher! Yet if you did but see how like the pert little red-headed knave is to his father. Damnable doctor! A bastard in the country, and another towards here. I am out of doubt this is his work. You are an arrant strumpet. Incest, fornication, abomination in my own house. Intolerable. Oh, for long nails to scratch out his eyes.
Are the breeches to fight with him?
Out of my sight, queen. Thou shalt to Bridewell. Oh, I shall be mad with rage.
Oh, then you shall go to Bedlam.
Hence, you slave.
I must have a penny. You must pay me for my pains.
The devil pay thee.
Oh, that's the doctor. But he wants his horns.
Oh, but I'll furnish him ere long, if I live.
Gerardine, aside.
It works as I would wish. Farewell, Maria. The storm once past, fair weather ever after.
Exit.
Was ever woman so moved? But you shall be talked withal. And for mine old fornicator, he shall have it as hot as coals in faith. Here's stuff indeed. Come, minx, come. There's law for you both. Have I found your knavery? If I wink at this, let me be stone blind or stoned to death. Bear this, and bear all.
Exeunt. Scene 4. A street. Enter Lepsolve, Gudgeon, Shrimp, and Periwinkle.
Our hopes are crossed. Sure there's some providence which countermands libidinous appetites, for what we most intend is counterchecked by strange and unexpected accidents. For by disguise procuring full access, nay, ready to have seized the expected prize, the candle out steps twixt my hopes and me some peasant groom, possessed and full enjoyed that sweet for which our vigilant eyes have watched, and in one moment frustrates all our hopes.
Upon my life, we are bewitched. The greasy rascal that first seized Mistress Purge by the last reflection of the light appeared to my sight not much unlike her husband.
The court's gall, the city's plague, and Europa's sea form be his perpetual crest, whatever he was. To lose Mistress Purge for lack of dexterity is a disgrace insalvable. The like opportunity will never present itself.
'Twas an egregious grief, I must confess, to see a knave slip betwixt us both and take occasion by the foretop. But since these projects have had so star-cross events, let's lay some plot. How to revenge our late disgrace on the doctor by making him cuckold.
Enter Purge.
Agreed. But what melancholy, sir, with acrostic arms now comes from the family?
Purge the apothecary. I prithee, let's step aside and hear the issue of this discontent.
They retire with the 2 pages.
Oh, the misery of married men's estate.
Lepsolve, aside.
He begins very pitifully.
Oh, women, what are many of you?
Lipsalve, aside.
Why, disease to bachelors and plagues to married men.
Oh, marriage, the rage of all our miseries. My wife is a dissembling strumpet.
Gudgeon, aside.
So is many a man's besides yours, and what of that?
I would have a law that all such which pray little should instantly be married. For then would they pray continually, if it were but to be rid of their wives.
Lipsalve, aside.
This is a charitable request, and surely would pass the lower house.
Surely, if affliction can bring a man to heaven, I cannot see how any married man can be damned. I have made myself a plain cuckold.
Gudgeon, aside.
I'll pile on ye, won't you? Had you not been so manable, here a son would have saved you that labour.
What shall I do in this extremity? Had I but witness of the fact, I would make her answer it before authority. This is my wedding ring. 'Tis it, I know it by the posy. I took this from her finger in the dark, and she was therewith very well pleased. Were not this trow a sufficient testimony? She knows not that it was myself got so near her. I will take counsel. Well, little know bachelors the miseries they undergo when they prostrate themselves to women.
Lipsalve, coming forward with Gudgeon.
O most true Master Purge, little knows a man what elements he is to pass when he puts his head under a woman's girdle. Your passion, Master Purge, is overheard, and, plain tale to tell, we were eye-witnesses of your wife's treachery, and, if need be, will be ready to depose as much.
What, Master Lipsalve and Master Gudgeon? Are you disguised testimonies? Nay then, revenge look big. Elf and fairy, help to revenge the wrong pothecary.
Why, now he speaks like himself. Get me a parroter for her, straight.
Conceal the ring, my little Purge. Let not thy wife know thou hast it until she comes to her trial.
Enter Dryfat and Gerardine, disguised as an apparitor.
Your advices are very pithy. Therefore in private let me disclose my intent.
Off, boys!
Purge, Lipsalve, and Gudgeon retire.
What dost thou think of thy master? Is he not a regal?
I think he will swallow and pocket more disgraces than large conscienced lawyer fees in a Michaelmas term. Thy master, my honest shrimp, comes not much short of a fool too, but that he is a courtier.
Draw somewhat near, and overhear their conference.
Retires with Periwinkle.
This shape of the crier must club tomorrow assume. Are you fitted for Poppin the proctor?
Excellent, and have spent some study in the mystical cases of venery. I can describe how often a man may lie with another man's wife before he come to the white sheet.
How long is that?
Why, till he be taken tardy. How long all womenkind may by the statute profess and swear they are maids.
And how long is that?
Why, till their bellies be so big that it cannot be no longer concealed. But come forward toward Glisters.
It must be so. Let the summer tickle her. You shall bring in these allegations, and let us alone to swear them.
Advancing with Purge and Gudgeon.
Who's this? Master Dryfat. Opportunely met, sir, and whither so fast? The news, the news.
Faith, gentlemen, I think to relate for news what I hear of Dr. Glister would come stale to your hearings.
Oh, the getting of his niece with child. Tut, that's apparently known to all the company. But in the name of Jupiter, what art thou? Or from whence camest thou?
Why, sir, I come from compassing the corners of the land.
Of what trade, in the name of Pluto?
Of the devil's trade, for I live as he does, by the sins of the people. In brief, sir, I am Placket the parroter.
As the devil would. We have, my noble parroter, instant employment for thee. A grey groat is to be purchased without sneaking, my little Sumner. Where's thy quorum nomina, my honest Placket?
Sir, according to the old ballad, my quorum nomina ready have I with my pen and inkhorn hanging by. Her name, sir, her name?
It's no more but so?
I have most right to her name. Her name, Master Placket, is my wife, Mistress Purge, sir. To what place dost thou belong?
To the commissioners which sit tomorrow at Master Dreyfurt's upon the crimes of Dr. Glister and others.
Sits there a commission, Dryfat? Now, for the love of lechery, let's have Mistress Purge summoned thither.
She makes my quorum nomina reasonable full. My grant, sir, and she shall appear there upon the crime of concupiscence. Is not that your meaning?
Yes, my honest parroter, here's thy fee.
Giving money. Enter Mistress Purge and club.
And see how happily it succeeds. Mistress Purge is new come from the family. Let us step aside whilst Placket the parroter gives her a summons.
Content. To her, Placket, but see for the bribery of 12p you strike her not out of your quorum nomina.
Fear not, sir.
Lipsolve, Gudgeon, Purge, and Dryfat retire.
Forward apace, Club.
Your name I take to be Mistress Purge, fair gentlewoman.
I am Mistress Purge. Purge's wife, the apothecary. What of that?
Dryfat, aside.
Now you shall see him tickle her with a quorum nomina.
I cite you by virtue of my quorum nomina to make your personal appearance by 8 of the clock in the morning before certain commissioners at Master Dreyfurt's house, to answer to an accusation of a crime of concupiscence.
To answer a crime of concupiscence? What's that, I pray?
Why, 'tis to answer a venereal crime, for having carnal copulation with other besides your husband.
What are you, I pray?
By name Placket, by trade a parroter.
And must I answer, say you, to a venereal crime? I tell thee, Placket the parroter, I am able to answer thee or any man else in any venereal crime they'll put me to. And so, tell your commissioners.
If you fail your appearance, the penalty must fall heavy.
If it's fall never so heavy, I am able to bear it. And so set forward, Club.
Exit with club. Lipsolve coming forward with the others.
Excellent, i' faith. After your wife, Purge. Read, Placket, thy quorum nomina, my noble groatmonger.
Exit Purge.
Silence! The first that marches in this fair rank is Strum the Feltmaker, for getting his maid with child and sending his prentice to Bridewell for the fact. Whip the Beadle, for letting a punk escape for a night's lodging and bribe of 10 groats. Bat the Bellman, for lying with a wench in a tailor's stall at midnight, when he should be performing his office. And Tipple the Tapster, for deflowering a virgin in his cellar. Dr. Glister, his wife, Maria, Mistress Purge. These be the complete number.
Now dissolve, and each to his occasion till tomorrow morning.
Exeunt severally. End of Act 4.